is spend time with me for the pleasure of being in my company. I can brighten up the dullest of gray days. I can add sparkle to the routines of daily life. You have to repeat so many tasks day after day. You can dull your thinking until your mind slips into neutral. Your mind, a mind, is that unfocused is vulnerable to the world. A mind that is unfocused is vulnerable to the world. The flesh and the devil, all of which exert a downward pull on your thoughts. As your thinking processes deteriorate, you become increasingly confused and directionless. The best remedy is to refocus your mind and heart on me, your constant companion. Even the most confusing days open up before you as you go step by step with me. Your presence goes with you wherever you go, providing light for your path. This can be found in Psalms 43:4, Psalm 63:7, Psalms 119 and 105.
Thank you for activating our spirit this morning.
Thank you. Very beautiful, beautiful words
I
of
love you
encouragement.
guys. Keith, you guys is awesome.
Thank
You
you.
guys activate my spirit as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank the Lord this
Thank you.
morning
You
for
are
the
more
reading
than
of the
welcome.
word.
All right. Thank you. Hey, you have a blessed day until we talk again. Stay safe.
Right.
And may the good Lord keep blessing you.
Absolutely, sweetie.
All right. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
For the first half of the show this morning, we have athletic supervisor Mr. Walter Guillory gonna come on. We're gonna try to get Mr. Guillory on in a minute. He's gonna be on for the first half of the show, and then the second half, we got some exciting
Breaking news.
things.
Some
Breaking news.
You know, and it's a funny thing that the news media is not
It's
really
not really covering
activating this, you know, the way
this
it should
thing.
be. So,
And Brother Jay, I know you're gonna want to get in there, so I'm getting you a mic early.
yeah.
That's fascinating. That
It
go
is.
along with the breaking news with our national story of the president. So that goes
Correct.
hand in hand.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And while we try to get Mr. Guillory on, let me put a disclaimer out there. The views and opinions expressed today does not reflect the views and opinions of Acadiana Open Channel, Lafayette Consolidated Government, Cox Communications, LUS Fiber, or Digital Soul Media.
Oh, well.
Well,
I'm
look.
gonna have to give him a call back.
Okay,
When we did sound check, he was ready to go. So, but the thing of it is, we got to understand, okay, he's calling back.
there we go. While we
Good morning.
get Mr. Guillory situated, we want to welcome each and every one of you to an exciting
Yes,
show.
sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed your call.
That's all right. You know, we understand you're a busy man. But, Mr. Guillory, you're not the director, but you have a part to do with, park and recreation. And
Yeah,
right-
I'm the athletic supervisor.
Okay. Right now, you have a wonderful program that you're doing. Knowing you from the past, from the present, right now, you have always been wonderful with kids and doing things with the kids in the city and parish of Lafayette and the surrounding area. So with that note, you know, we know you got a program that's coming up, you know, real soon. And we would like to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're all about.
Yes, thank you so much, Wallace. As you stated earlier, I am the athletic supervisor for the City of Lafayette Parks and Recreation, and my department oversees the programs for both kids and adults. And we're just starting our athletic year again. We start in September with tackle, flag, football, volleyball, then we go into basketball, and then baseball, and then the special events, regional basketball tournaments, regional football tournaments, and other special events, clinics that we partner with the university on to have clinics for our kids in the various sports. So we do stay extremely busy, and it's only 2 months out of the year that we actually aren't doing anything. And in those 2 months, once baseball is over at the end of July, August, the latter part of July and August, we take to register kids, and then we start all over again in September.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Hey,
so
go ahead, Keith.
Mr. Guillory, is there any fundraising initiatives that you want to speak about?
Well, not necessarily. We don't do any fundraising per se. The biggest thing that's coming up right now for us is we partnered with the New Orleans Saints and the New Orleans Pelicans. The Saints for flag football and the Pelicans for basketball. And it's the NFL Flag League that this will be our first year participating in. We're under the umbrella of the New Orleans Saints. We had a conference in New Orleans about a month ago. Had over 500 people from across the country, NFL players that are really promoting flag football for kids. And so each NFL team has flag football leagues under their umbrella. And of course, because we're in Louisiana, we fall under the umbrella of the New Orleans Saints. The owner, Ms. Gail Benson, spoke to us and gave us encouraging words related to, working with kids. This particular program, the kids will wear the Saints jerseys. They will get an opportunity to go to, we will pick some kids to go to the New Orleans Saints training facility in October to play in a flag football tournament. If they do well and win that tournament, they get to compete in the NFL Pro Bowl, where there's a tournament for kids as well. We're going to have other things where we're going to work on getting tickets for the kids to go to the Saints games. Saints players will come and their schedule permits to mingle with the kids and talk to our kids. So we're very excited about this, and we've started registrations through the month of August. And Wallace, I know you have the website where people can register online. As we speak, we're passing out flyers and registration forms, doing this to the schools and the churches. We've already have some churches that have signed up teams. And so it's going to be a nice, healthy, safe environment for our kids related to flag football. We'll have this fall flag football going on, tackle football, and volleyball.
And for the parents out there, is there a registration fee or?
Yes, we tried to keep the fee to a minimum. It's only $35 to register your kid, and if parents run into a hardship case, we have resources to take care of that. They will have to fill out some paperwork. Some parents have 2 or 3 kids, and they're on a fixed income, and every dollar means a lot. So we've recognized that, and we've made some provisions for those such families that cannot afford the $35, but we can take care of that.
So parents, if you can't afford the registration fee, get with somebody and contact somebody, and they'll make sure your child is enrolled in the program.
You know, Walter, I've been knowing you for quite a few years. I ain't gonna put the number on it because I might be too high and I might be too low. So I've been knowing you for many, many years, and you have always been involved with the kids in the surrounding area in Lafayette, you know, and I commend you for the things that you're doing for the kids. You know, you're taking your experience that you have had, you know, being a part of the athletic field, and you're bringing it to the kids that really need some of the things that you're doing. So I commend you on that, man. And you know, some people might say, well, he's involved too much. No, you never could be involved too much. You try to involve the parents. You have a lot of single mothers trying to raise boys, you know, and those are the things that help the mother raise the boys into being men for their community.
And Mr. Guillory, I know a lot of people in the community been asking about that because they hearing about it. We know there's about to be major renovations done to the Brown Park facilities. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes. You know, one of the things we wanted to do related to that area, Brown Park, is to have a place where the kids can go that's really, really upscale. And so our first target is those kids that live right in that community. All right. And so there will be some major facelift to Brown Park related to turf fields, lighting, dugouts, other amenities that will just be very, very special. For the kids that live in that area, I want to preference that. Certainly it's going to open the door for us to partner and have other groups of kids from around the state coming in and playing in that facility. But the first preference is those kids that live in that area. We want to let the community know that this is for these kids, you know, that live in that area, and they will get a chance to befriend other kids from around the state and the region that we will bring in to participate in tournaments and things of that nature. So we're very excited about that particular project.
Yes, sir. And for anybody that just joined or just logged on, we're talking to Mr. Walter Guillory, a sports athletic supervisor for Lafayette Consolidated Government. If you have questions or concerns, you can reach us at 337-347-7236.
Yes, you know, Mr. Guillory, you know, like I say, I commend you for all that you're doing. You know, you have inspired me for a lot of things, and I know you have been a big inspiration for these kids that's here in the city of Lafayette and surrounding area. You know, I know you're going to have people coming from Shreveport, you're going to have people coming from Texas, you know, Mississippi, to participate in the things that you are trying to bring forth for these kids. You know, and I hope you're getting a whole lot of support from the community, from people that own businesses here, and all that should be involved. I'm hoping you get the participation that you need.
Oh yes, we're extremely excited about the people that have jumped on board, and you hate to start calling names because it never.
No names, no blame.
Yeah, but we do have from businesses to other groups that have really stepped forward, because I think they understand the vision. The vision is not for us to win championships.
Mm-hmm.
As I see it, when we put on events, the greatest reward I get is when those kids can make friends with other kids.
Right.
Really kids that are not from this area, that they can share their stories. So I go around the park or the gym when we have major events, like the Zydeco Hoop Fest, where we together, we've had to break that tournament into 2 different weekends where you have close to 200 teams coming in, kids from Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, and of course our kids from here. And the thing that I like to do is go around the gym and get our kids here and introduce them to other kids where they can become friends and they can talk to each other and form a relationship, and even with parents as well. And so, in sports, I think sometimes we go a little overboard in just thinking about winning. It's not about winning. It's about forming relationships and developing kids. If we're not developing kids, then we're missing the boat.
Right.
Yes, we're only using sports as a means to developing kids, because there's a lot of lessons to be taught in sports: discipline, time management, respect for authority. And so all those things that we're trying to incorporate through these programs, because again, if you can have a whole bunch of programs, and if all your focus is on winning, then we're really not doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes I want our kids to experience losing. Losing got a way of humbling you, and when you're humble, you listen more.
Right.
And so sometimes I don't tell that to them, but sometimes I want them to experience losing so they can bounce back.
Right.
And just like in life, you're gonna lose, but people are not gonna remember necessarily your losses, but they're gonna remember how many times you're able to bounce back and contribute to society.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, again, Mr. Guillory, appreciate all that you're doing for your community, for the people that's around you, and wish you all the luck, well, not luck, all the, how you could say that,
All the best.
best.
We wish
the
you
best
the best.
of your success in these kids, because I know it's not all about Walter. Walter is up there. Walter is getting where he needs to be. He's where he basically should be. Might not be where you want to be, but basically where you should be. So I commend you for all that you're doing for the kids that's coming behind you, because they are our future.
Yes, and while it's just an ending, and of course I want to give more information as to how parents can register their kids, but I always go back to my upbringing in that, came up extremely poor, single mother, 7 children in the family, but I had role models of people that I looked at that were into sports, but even beyond that, they were good people and they were helping people. And so when I was coming up, I had people coming picking me up to take me to my ball games, take me to other sporting events. And so I had one coach tell me, one time I asked him, I said, "Coach, what can I do for you, man? You've been so important in coming pick me up, letting me stay at your house, letting me see a different way of life." And he said, "You do for kids what I'm doing for you." And that has stuck with me. And so, with that said, we just thank God, of course, for giving us the mindset and the inspiration to make have a better life. With that said, the registrations, people can come at each one of our rec centers from 6 to 8 in the afternoon, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and register. They can register online at Acadiana Youth, flagfootball.com. I think you have that information, Wallace. We're putting flyers out into the schools, the churches. Call us at 291-8375. 991-8375, and I could talk to you and let you know exactly, if you want to come register in person. But we're going to register for the rest of next week, and then we're going to have a super registration on September the 3rd at Super One on Willow.
Again, super registration. If you miss the registration for all this week, they're going to be a super registration on the 23rd, Mr. Kenny?
On the 3rd of September.
On the 3rd of September at Super One on Willow.
Yes, we're going to probably start registering like at 9 in the morning till about 1 o'clock, and that'll be it. Then after that, we will pick the teams, have coaches training, conduct training. We'll have a meeting with the parents to go over what the big picture is related to this, and then we'll get started. We'll be playing on Saturdays at Clark Field. The kids will have an opportunity to play on a turf field, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Oh, wow. That is great.
Well, awesome.
Mr. Walter, again, we appreciate everything that you've done for the kids and the community and where they need to be at, and on that, anything you need to close on?
Just thank you guys for giving us this platform to talk about this. And again, I encourage parents to register their kids from 5 to 17. Send a lot on the elementary kids and the junior high kids, and so it's going to be a nice, family, festive, fun, safe atmosphere. So we encourage you all to get your kids registered now. And so the season will start September 17th. Let's take some kids to New Orleans on the weekend of October 22nd. We're going to have a state tournament for this, and we decided we're going to have it in Opelousas, one of our partners. That's going to be November the 12th. And so that will conclude the NFL Flag Football League, and then we will get right into basketball with the Pelicans. As a matter of fact, we have a press conference while it's October the 11th. The New Orleans Pelicans will come down to Lafayette and they do the press conference, and we will have formed a similar relationship with the Pelicans as we've done with the Saints.
Great.
Awesome. And parents, we can't stress it enough. If you can't afford the registration fee, get with Mr. Guillory or the LCG athletic department. They want to make sure every kid is registered and every kid has the right to perform in these programs. So and there's some awesome programs. Parents, if you can't afford to register your kids, if you can't afford the registration fee, get with somebody at LCG's athletic department, and they'll help you help you afford that registration fee.
So
that's right, Wallace. The number again is 337-291-8375.
The number to call 337-291-8375.
Yes, and I don't want to go over my time. I just want to mention this. When we get into basketball, now we've had an NFL team that we're partnering in flag football, and a professional basketball team for basketball. And we're gonna I have meetings next week with the commissioner's office for Major League Baseball. And what we look to do is to really recognize that this is, I think, extremely important. We want a partnership with a couple of Major League Baseball teams related to the Negro Leagues. Really want the inner city kids to understand what people like Cool Papa Bell, Josh Gibson, and in our modern day, Hank Aaron, Dusty Baker, people that had played ball in the 70s, even then, the things that they had to go through, that our kids will understand. Stop hurting each other. People, even through sports, they have had to go through a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to get kids that play in our baseball league to study the Negro Leagues, to study players for the Negro Leagues, and to come back and give speeches about those players. And the hope is that they will understand what people have gone through. And the goal is for our young people to stop hurting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that people, we know people lost their lives for their sake, but to really understand, particularly in sports, how tough it was, for minority ball players as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah. I watched a little segment of that on PBS one evening, and it almost brought tears to my eyes, to see that the things that we've been through and gone through, and to see how some of these kids are disrespecting what our have gone through to what's going on right now, So Walter, look here, we appreciate you, man. 100. Anytime you want to bring something to the airwave, and we could be some assistance to you, please let us know.
We want to thank you for coming on the show this morning and expressing what y'all do, talking about what y'all doing, and we want to thank you for taking time out to work with these young people and try to show them it's a better way.
Yes, sir.
Again, thank you all so much for allowing us to do this.
All right, thank you,
Yes, sir.
Walter. Hey,
Okay.
you stay safe, stay blessed, and we got you in our prayers.
Okay, thank y'all.
All right.
All right, Mr. Gillett. All right.
Well, y'all heard it from the director of sports, with LCG. Right now, we're gonna take our program, Community Matters, to another phase, because we got breaking news.
Another level. Let's let Mr. Brother J kind of transition transition Mr. Guillory out, because we want him to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Anyway, before we get into this breaking news, I want to put the disclaimer out again, because this is going to be a hot topic. The views and opinions that we are about to express doesn't reflect the views and opinions of Acadiana Open Channel, Cox Communication, Lafayette Consolidated Government, LUS Fiber, or Digital Soul Media.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, with the breaking news, we have in
Three.
we are doing this breaking news that the news media don't seem like they want to bring it out.
Don't seem like they want to cover it.
Yeah. And the breaking news is the FBI.
It's probing LCG.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about it. Brother J might be able to bring a little bit of information to you.
And they say, well, social media got it.
Social media, KTC, the Advocate, the Current. It looks like all the sister stations.
They're not willing to pick this up.
Acadiana News Leader,
Okay.
number one.
Yeah.
Caleb Watt, News 10, and I want to put this out because this was a black female.
Mm-hmm.
A black female who was in the same position as the current mayor, parish president of the city and parish of Lafayette,
Josh Gilroy.
Josh Gillard. April Falcor.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, if you remember, 2 years ago, they started an investigation into Ms. Falcor. And News 10 covered Ms. Falcor from the time the investigation started till the time she got convicted.
Mhm.
And they never let off, never gave a break on Brother J. But
Yeah, good morning, audience. Yeah, but Brother Wallace know, and I talk to him all the time about this, and tell him just like, brother, you gotta let it go. KLFY TV, I'm gonna say that's my opinion, not to take away from y'all show. They seem to craft the news, the news that at the top of the pyramid, what you would say. You see them crafted a certain way. If there's not a breaking news about a black male involved in a shooting, they're nowhere to be found. The thing is this, you got to be equal with the news coverage, and my thing is always critique the media. We got to remember, just because we see black faces in high places on the media, at the anchor desk, still things haven't changed. They got news editors who write these stories, and they write these stories for the consumption of the people, the majority of people in this area who they serve. Now, if you got that crowd that serves the MAGA crowd, you go write the stories and you go make certain stories priorities more than other stories. Now, this story, we all seen a picture of the mayor president with Rudy Giuliani.
correct.
And we know where Rudy Giuliani stands right now in media as far as being a big ass embarrassment to the Republicans in the MAGA crowd right now. Hair dye running all over his face. He's out there giving press conference in front of the Four Seasons, not the Four Seasons in New York, but the Four Seasons in some little town in I think Ohio or Michigan. But anyway, Josh Guillory has the same issue that Rudy Giuliani hits. The issue, accusation of alcoholism, mismanagement of certain situation, funds and so forth. So I'm saying, local media, do your job, do your due diligence, and cover the real story. And this shows people, even the community that we are on, that you guys do not care about fair and equal, balanced news reporting.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, what is it? What is it?
And I'm gonna say that I want to thank News 15, Fox 15 News, and Alan Fox for covering this story. I first broke it on News 15 when nobody else wanted to address the issue. Went out and addressed it on News 15 about following the law of the land. The Home Rule Charter, it was written by people who electors of the city of Lafayette and the parish of Lafayette chose to write that charter as a law book. And to have a mayor president threaten a government body behind following the law of the land, behind following the Home Rule Charter, you know what that shows us? He doesn't care about the law of the land. He doesn't care about the Home Rule Charter. The Constitution means nothing to him.
And right now, no one is above the law. And y'all could see that now with President Trump. They're trying to make him understand you're not above the law. You're not God. You're not Jesus Christ. You're a man that got in office. You understand me? Once you got in office, he wanted to dictate to what's going on in the United States. He wanted to dictate to us. And all those people that love him, going along with him, I don't have no problem with that. But don't make it hard for those that are dealing with the Constitution. Liz Cheney, I got a lot of respect for her, even though she's a Republican. She's a Constitution person.
And they have those far right conservative Republicans going after Republicans that see that things is not right in their party.
Well,
and calling out the things that's not right in their party.
You know, I got to think, what is a patriot? You know, and what is an American patriot? Well, a patriot is what happened on January the 6th, as far as I'm concerned. The American patriot deal with the Constitution of the United States. Trump was the first sitting president that I know of, and what I was taught coming up in school, that the White House, the Capitol, was the sacred place of the United States. You know, and these are supposed to be American, you know, jammed at White House on January the 6th, and that was crazy. The first sitting president ever visited two communist countries, not one, two communist countries. North Korea was having big problems with the United States. Russia was having big problem with the United States, and this man visited both of those countries and came back and wanted a parade in Washington D.C. Like Korea was having and Russia was having, where those legs move up and down like a robot. They was like a piece of wood, straight up. You know, so I don't understand how people that's supposed to be American going along with all this madness that's going on. Could somebody explain that to me? The lines are open if you want to, you know.
If you want to call in,
correct me.
If you want to call in, the line, the phone number is 337-347-7236. I'm gonna say this. And I'm coming back to Lafayette. If you look at, well, not just Lafayette, if you look at what's going on within the city and parish of Lafayette as far as government, and if you look at what's going on in the state as far as government, these officials, the democracy is threatened. These officials threaten the democracy system. They threaten to change the voting system because they're not showing, their numbers not showing up in the polls. So we gonna make them show up. We gonna make our numbers show up.
Not only that, but Brother Keith, I'm sorry for interrupting. They want to even add to education, which is a big thing around the country. You know, because I mean, however you learn a child grows. They trying to take actual facts out of the history books. They go into libraries. They're trying to change what the
content is put out.
What is put out. You know, they're doing all of these things because right now they don't have any clue how to run or govern America right now. So that's why they're going after more progressive-minded people. Look at the Roe versus Wade thing.
Correct. They're censoring.
Yeah.
They're trying to censor.
So they're trying to hit at all levels, whether it's education, whether it's economics, or whether it's governance, or what we're experiencing here in Lafayette.
Now, here in Lafayette, and I'm gonna say this, I gotta commend once again. I gotta commend Councilman Glenn Lazar for standing up. I mean, he didn't get the what he wanted, but he stood up enough to tell him it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna try to blindside my people. You know, he stood up and he said, look, we simply want to know is that the man have a phone and a laptop. You can't answer that. And for one, it's no matter if any one of us 10 councilmen could get in touch with, but he serves the general public. The general public needs to have somebody to get in touch with.
So I got a question that nobody asked. Well, you guys asked it. We talked about it. Was that whole notion or that whole situation with Mayor President Josh Guillory of going into rehab for those couple of days, like a weekend at Bernie's,
Yeah.
was that nothing more than a ploy to go into sympathy because of what was coming down the pipe with the FBI probe and other situation? What are your thoughts on that?
And I put it out, News 15, they didn't air the full interview, but I said that he shut down the pipes about the councilman going to jail. Going to jail or being fined. Well, I think that was a clue as to what was coming at him. If you look at the different situations he done put himself in, if you look at the different situations he done put himself in, and history done taught us time and time again that when politicians take themselves and say, I need help, something is wrong.
He's been at the governance of a lot of, let's say, negative situations, starting with Trayford Pellerin, the closing of park and recreations. You could add the things up under this administration. Even him as a leader in Lafayette with COVID-19, the response in the black community, how lame it was at first. And even as a leader with in the city of Lafayette, again, with Judge O'Neill debacle that went nationwide. So some of these people in Lafayette, not shamed that they're being written about in such a negative light.
In such a negative way. And as far as the FBI pro, Mr. Wallace said the FBI is in town. He told me that this morning. He said, man, the FBI is in town.
I never did that. They had me.
And now that they're in town, I need a phone number for them because it's a lot of files that need to
kill you. Parliament, man. Watch out.
I'm not throwing nothing out there, but maybe the ARPA funding, the drainage, they're checking the drainage project.
The main thing that they're checking is what they did in St. Martin Parish.
Could that lead to that other allegation of the bogus company? Well, I'm calling it bogus, but according to the article, you got more information on the company that he created and where they have one employee and they got so many dollars that they invested. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that and connect that to the whole construction issue.
According to that one employee and the auditors, the company even it came out of Guillory's mouth himself, thinking it's going to save him. The company belongs to his wife.
It belonged. Wait, let me correct it. It belonged to both of them. But when he found out about what was going on, he took his name off of it and gave it to his wife.
Yeah. We could say it belongs to both of them, but he publicly said he had nothing to do with the company. The company belonged to his wife. But the thing of it is, if you go back and look at the ethics books, the ethics rules states that you need the family can do business with an entity that you are a part of or an elected official of. And if it come out that some things was used from the company through LCG, it's clear ethical violation. And then multiple times, over and over again, he violated the home rule charter multiple times. He has
Now this is the news headline. FBI said to be probing LCG drainage contract potential relationship with Mayor President Josh Guillory. And I want to see, they got another part in here. Oh yeah, it started out with the drainage project, order $390,000 contract awarded to rig through the bid process. But later on, they gave a rig contractor $3.8 million. Now,
Before, go ahead, let me let you.
no. Where that come from? You know?
So what, to clarify, what happened was, they bidded the contract, he violated the public bid law too.
Mhm.
They bidded the contract out to, Rigid Construction
Mhm.
for a certain price. And then, they took the contract, then as they started working, he said, well, we gonna pay you this instead of, we gonna do a new bid and pay you this. And instead, he was supposed to send the bid back through the bidding process.
Mhm.
But he didn't send it back through the bidding process.
Cause they did it at night. The contract was done in the middle of the night.
The heat of the night,
Yeah.
and that's what caused him to violate the public bids law. Now, far as the charter, you know, if you pay attention to the charter, when the ARPA funding came in, and Josh put put the budgets together, put the money, said let's put the money together. You know, both councils strip him of that.
Yeah.
Said no, we want it split.
Mhm.
So the money was split. Certain projects he had the money going to the councils. The councils kicked some of those projects out of there.
Mhm.
And when they kicked those projects out of there, he vetoed
Mhm.
those projects and appropriated, and through the veto, he appropriated money through projects that they kicked out.
But you know, that's what Fix the Charter got us.
Yeah.
Fix the Charter got us five
And-
members of the parish, 5 members on the city council, you know, and before we had 4, 5, we had more control over our money.
But with those appropriations, he improperly appropriated those.
Well, maybe he gotta pay for something else. The hits just keep on coming. You
You
can
know, but the thing of it is, we allowed that. You know, we went out and voted for it. You know, I remember Councilman Pat Ludd fought all over the city that Fix the Charter was not good for us. You know, and right now, you know, with Fix the Charter, the parish is controlling what we do, and it's not the parish, it's the council that's in the unincorporated area that's messing over us.
Before let me finish that up about Fix the Charter. See, the thing of it is, when it's only a city matter,
Mm-hmm.
you got that 5 vote. But when it's joint, when it's joint issues, the parish council can't override the city council, and the city council can't override the parish council. So if it's something the city council want to do, and the parish council say no, all 5 members of the parish council say no, it's no.
Well, you see, this is why they had to have a joint meeting when we wanted to talk about our own self mayor, you know, our own self chief of police. And what they did, they said they like it the way it is. You know, why can't we have a city mayor, Lafayette city mayor, and Lafayette chief of police, like all the other entities have? You know, you go to St. Landry Parish. St. Landry Parish got a parish president. Why can't we put on the ballot for a parish president? Let those that want to be parish president run for parish president.
So we know for that, the parish council is not gonna move forward on that.
Mhm.
So the next process, the next step would be is to get 10,000 signatures. We need 10,000 signatures to change it. So we would have to start a petition, but,
And I'm pretty sure they have 10,000 African American people who are dissatisfied with they're not being equally treated in Lafayette, and other nationalities not getting treated. Now, I'm pretty sure you know, if it was a big effort, that could be brought about. You know?
yeah, we could do it. Before we close out, let me go to this article in the news
Got 1 minute.
in the Daily Advertiser.
Wow, that fast, huh?
What we know and don't know about Lafayette Mayor President Josh Guillory's company. Change in record. Corporate filings show Josh and Jamie Guillory created WM&N Supply and Machinery LLC on August 19, 2021. We still on.
Well, we gotta close out this one.
Okay.
You know, I want to thank you guys for allowing us to come
Come
into
to
your
your home.
heart, into your eyes, into your home, into your ear. Remember, we got the early voting sign behind us. We pushing early voting. We pushing people to get out there and vote, vote, vote.
If you're not registered to vote, or register. If you can't put your hands on your voter's registration card, you need to re-register. I just re-registered, and my voter's registration card came in yesterday. Thank you for allowing us to come into your homes, your eyes, your ears, your hearts, and until next Friday, we will be back, and I believe we got a guest next Friday. We got a special guest, so we'll be back in the studio. Stay tuned, stay listening.
Yes.
And we'll be on overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I found it. Man, they just got stories popping up all over.
Oh, yeah.
Hold up. Let me cut the stream off.